I guess that thing more or less went bankrupt, and it arose at Donington Park, and it had a new name, and it was called Download. But it was just as big as it was when it was Monsters of Rock. And in 2006, on the Not Diabolical album, we opened the main stage on Saturday, which was the main day of the festival, and Metallica were headlining, and when we took the stage, there were 80,000 people there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You guys played Wacken too, right?
Yeah. So for me, more like from growing up and reading about the Donington Park stuff, listening to a band like Metallica, stuff like that, and just to actually go on the main stage and see Metallica's ready to go, and just go out and take the stage myself, and seeing this surreal amount of people was obviously an overwhelming experience. It was a really short show, but still, we got to do it. So that's probably like one of those things that, and I mean, it's, like, I thought it was really nice. Have you heard about Hole in the Sky in Norway? The festival?
Yeah, the Enslaved guys put that on, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. And I mean, we did a show there when Quorthon from Bathory died, which was, obviously a big inspiration to all Norwegian black metalers. We put on a tribute show with an all-star band with different singers that came in and did one Bathory song each. And for me, it was it was an honor to be a part of such a tribute, and just the atmosphere that night was really special. It was very emotional, and it felt like really, really important what was unfolding right there and then. So I hold that as in high regard as a personal music, experience.
Yeah. That's fucking cool. One thing I wanted to ask you about was the first time you did states with Pantera. What was that like?
No, that was in that was in Europe. Well, what happened is that we came over. We had a tour here in 2000 on our Rebel Extravaganza album, and then that tour was supposed to last for a month. And it was us as headliners, and then Immortal as direct support, Angel Corpse and Christian. And shortly before that tour, Pantera offered us to open for them in Europe. That was when they put out Reinventing the Steel, which turned out to be the last ever Pantera record. And by the way, that tour that we were on with them, that was their last Euro tour as well that they ever did.
Fuck. Did you get to know them pretty well on the road?
What's that?
Did you get to know the guys pretty well on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Phil Anselmo from before, and I think that's pretty much what got us on that tour. That he was and still is heavily into black metal, and we were working on some music together, him and I. And
was that for Ibon?
Yeah, and we had basically just started working on that, and I had only met him once, and then he offered us the tour, and I just told everyone that we have to do this tour, and we said, well, okay, why don't we do this? Go to the US and do the first 2 weeks, fly back and join the Pantera tour for that first show. So that's what we did. We flew over to the States, did the first half of that 1 month tour, and then just headed straight to Stockholm for the first show on the Pantera tour, which was it was a quite long tour. It was like 6 weeks. But that Pantera tour, that was the breakthrough for Satyricon in Europe, because there was a lot of excitement around Satyricon at the time, and I mean, I think it was about to happen, but I think the Pantera tour that pushed that a little bit more forward, because I mean, the kids were aware of us anyway, but what made the difference is that back in those days, like magazines like Kerrang and all, like huge rock magazines. They wouldn't write about like a black metal band unless there was someone that had done something that, you know, criminal.
Sensational.
Yeah. So, but I guess to these guys, for some stupid reason, it became sort of more legit to write about it when we were part of that Pantera tour, and so they started writing about us, and that put us on more people's radar.
Do you and Frost drink beer?
Yeah, we drink beer. We drink a lot more wine than we drink beer.
Well, have you seen that movie Beer Fest?
Nope.
It's a movie where Americans enter a competition against Europeans to see who can drink more beer, and the Americans kind of get their asses handed to them. And I was wondering if that would be true with Scandinavians as well. Like, do you think the Pantera guys, because they're pretty legendary for being able to toss them back, like, who do you think could drink more beer?
Oh, no, I mean, that would easily be us. I'm like, what are we talking about? I've been on tour with them. I mean, the legendary Dimebag Darrell, you know, he would get everyone drunk on his whiskey, and it was really hard to get away from it. It didn't really matter, like, you know, if you go like, "Dime, dude, I'm so tired and I'm about to catch a call. I just really don't want to do this." And he's like, "Come on, bro." Like, there was no escape. But then, as the tour went on, I started kind of getting the feeling that Dimebag was passing out whiskey to everyone. I'm like, "Hey, dude, come on, cheers," and all that. And I started thinking, how much does he actually drink himself? there was a lot of like pouring whiskey and going, "Hey, man," so I started pushing him a little bit, and it turns out that, you know, he likes his whiskey, but he didn't drink as much as, you know, it would seem like. But no, surely they threw on some good parties. I think Vinnie Paul put up like some sort of strip club. I don't know where the strippers came from. He might have. I think he flew them in from the clubhouse or whatever. But we played in Strasbourg in France, and they set up some strip club in the backstage area. It was crazy.
So you've expressed your displeasure in the past with the lies and inaccuracies that Words of Chaos book, and now they're turning that into kind of a Hollywood production. In your opinion, do you think that black metal in general is never meant to be documented in tell-all books and movies, and it kind of loses the aesthetics and principles it stands for when it's...
That's why I don't participate in stuff like that. That's why I turn it down, because I just don't have any interest in it. I think there are a lot of people out there that want to try and capitalize on something that they've never been a part of making.
Yeah. So you guys filmed a video for Black Crow on a tombstone off the Age of Neuro. Do you guys got any plans to do any more videos when you take some time off, maybe, or any DVD coming
I don't know. I mean, we did a lot of footage, live footage that we were thinking about using for the Wolfpack from the Age of Neuro. But we've been waiting for so long to get like all that footage together and sit down and actually watch all of it. And what I'm actually hoping for now, that when I get home from this tour, that everything is going to be ready for me. And what it really comes down to is that if I feel like we have enough footage, the kind of quality that I'm looking for.
So since October is right around the corner, I wanted to ask you about Halloween. Is that a holiday?
It is October now.
Yes, sir. Is that a holiday you took part in Norway growing up?
It means nothing.
Really?
No. Actually, it doesn't. I mean, Valentine's Day means nothing. Halloween means nothing. Service industry and, you know, whoever is interested in selling any kind of commercial product, they're trying to make Halloween and Valentine's Day, a big deal, but Norwegians have yet to pick up on it.
Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking the time to talk metal with me today. It's been an honor, Satyr. I got one last question for you before we wrap this up, and certainly a question that's probably on a lot of fans' minds. Who was the naked chick in the Mother North video, and did anyone in the band ever hook up with her?
No, that was a very, very close friend of mine that has worked on different music video things and stuff like that. So she did a good job for the video.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much.